Hello, everybody. If we could have all of our heads of schools move up and have a seat on the stage, you will be sitting here for the program. With friends, it's not like you have to sit by yourself.
Where are my sunglasses?
Okay. All right. Well, we'll pull you up an extra chair. I'll let you guys sit in the front row for right now. Oh, we'll find you an extra chair. One of you can come on up. We'll grab an extra chair. Oh, there's a box for me. All right. Thank you, everybody. Aloha and welcome. Mahalo for joining us this evening for our monthly town meeting. I am Mary Beth Lachak, president of the Waimea Community Association. Our other WCA officers include our vice president, Nancy Carr-Smith, our treasurer, Victor Tom, our secretary, Michaela Bruno, and our directors, Riley Smith, David Greenwell, Patty Cook, Chris Wong, Ryan Yushijima, and Lonnie Olsen-Chong. We are excited to have tonight's speakers with us, representatives of all of our Waimea schools. And just to warn you all, there is a box that is making me very tall right here. So you can all see me very well. Stephen, they will see you very, very well. All right. We are streaming live on our WCA Facebook page as well as on our YouTube channel, which can be found on our website homepage, waimeatown.org. And this recording will be made available for later viewing. Happy to have those of you who could join us here in person, and equally happy to welcome all of you who are watching this meeting virtually, either now or tomorrow or later, and watching the town meeting that way. If you've not already done so, we encourage you to become a member of the WCA. You can do this at the sign-in desk, where you can join, or you can join via our website, or by mailing a check to our P.O. box, which is on the agenda. We are all volunteers, so your membership helps to pay for the hard costs of operating. We appreciate your support and appreciate that Waimea is a community that respects each other even when we may not always agree. We are very grateful to be here at the Parker School Theater this month. This is our first time here, and we appreciate their willingness to let us use the space. And we very much appreciate Sarah Jane, who is back there right now helping us with the tech support, as well as Chris Wong and Michaela Bruno. So Chris originally was going to come and say a couple welcoming words and housekeeping items. He is occupied, so I'm going to put Stephen, the headmaster, on the spot. Stephen, can you please tell us where the bathrooms and emergency exits are?
Aloha, everyone. Thank you for being here. We're excited to have the community using our theater. It's meant a lot to this community, so it's great to have you here. The bathrooms are directly down the ramp that many of you came in, just to your left or take a left at the bottom of the ramp. Emergency exits are on both sides should we need to exercise those. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. And timer this evening, presenters, please keep your eyes right here on David Greenwell. He is our timer for this evening. Mahalo, David. All right. We again want to thank everybody here at Parker School for helping us. As we continue with our tradition of honoring and respecting the various faith communities that make up our wonderful community tonight, we welcome one of our school representatives. Come on over. If you could, Chris, please put the pule up. So we welcome one of our school representatives, Keo Mailani Case. She is the po'okumu at Kanu o Ka Aina for this evening's pule.
Aloha. This is a participatory, I'd like you to participate in doing our pule. So we have the words up for you. It's na'aumakua, e pule kako. Na'aumakua, mai kala hiki a kalakau, mai koho'oku ia ka halavai. Nāwahīokalaniʻōpuʻu Ia kahina kua, ia kahina ʻalo, ia Ka'akauikalani. O Kihaikalani, o Weikalani, Nunuluikalani, Kaholoikalani. Eia nā pula o ko na Kanu o Ka Aina. E mālama o ko ia mākou. E ulu I Kalani, e ulu I ka honua, e ulu I ka pai aina o Hawai'i. E ho mai ka ike, e ho mai ka ikaika, e ho mai ke akamai, e ho mai ka mau popopono, e ho mai ka ike pāpālua, e ho mai ka mana. A mama uano. Mahalo.
And mahalo to you. Great. Next, I would like to welcome up Captain Valera to share this month's Waimea Community Policing Update. Captain.
Aloha. Thank you everybody for coming tonight. At this time, I'd like to share some traffic and crime stats for the South Kohala District. So far actually this is July stats. For the month of July, we had 6 major traffic accidents, about 57 reckless driver calls, which is a little bit more than we've had the month prior. We're very fortunate not to have any fatal traffic accidents, and we did have 3 DUI arrests. For crime stats, we had 1 burglary, 6 criminal property damage investigations, 11 thefts, which is a slight reduction from the month prior, no robberies, no stolen vehicles, and 1 vehicle was broken into where items were taken. So as a whole, the South Kohala District is pretty good on no crime. I wouldn't say no, because we had some crime, but on the level that we did have as compared to other areas of the Big Island. I did want to mention a few announcements very briefly. If you don't already know, the police department has transferred over from Nixle alert system to Everbridge. So if you had Nixle, you should have migrated automatically. If not, it's very important that you sign up for Everbridge and elect the different ways that you'd like to be notified. You can get a text message, you can get a call with a voice message. So please sign up for Everbridge. And in speaking of Everbridge, last week we had a lot of alerts going out because we had a tsunami warning. You know, on behalf of the police department, I wanted to thank our community for, first of all, for their patience and understanding, because there was a lot going on down near the ocean in regards to the evacuation. I did want to thank the different community members who came out to support the different evacuation sites in bringing water and supplies, some essentials for babies from the families that evacuated that did not have those items. So thank you very much. I also wanted to talk about VersaTerm. So VersaTerm is a new portal that the police department has initiated recently, and its goal is to connect the reporting party of crimes with the case, and they'll be able to track their case as it flows throughout the police department and goes on to the prosecutor's office if necessary. So VersaTerm is a new item for us, and of course with anything new there will be some kinks that we're going to go through, but I think it's going to allow our community to be well informed about cases that they initiate. And so for more information about Everbridge and for VersaTerm, you can go to our website at www.hawaiipolice.gov. Couple of community policing announcements coming up. I wanted to say mahalo for the July 19th youth boxing face-off that we had at the Telmo Parker gym. We had 10 youth matches and about 150 spectators. So it was a very good event. It's part of our Hawaii Isle Police Activities League, or HIPAL. So thank you for coming out and supporting that event. And also coming up, another HIPAL event is going to be on September 6th from 10 to 4 at the Waikoloa Plaza Shopping Center. It's our HIPAL Youth Car Show entitled Where Aloha Meets Chrome. So if any of you have youth ages 17 and below, I encourage you to stop by the police station and pick up a registration form. And of course, there's going to be imports, Euros, VWs, trucks, lowrider bikes, or other. There's an other category. In case you have, well, not you, but your youth have this special item that they would like to enter in this program. And it's going to be a great event. There's entertainment, and there's also a lot of prizes for those who enter. So I see all of you very interested and thinking of those kids that you could have enter, right? So I think that's going to be a great event. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Next, we have some community announcements for you. All right, thank you, Chris. As always, we have a lot going on in Waimea this month. This Saturday, August 9th, the League of Women Voters will sponsor a session on the impact of ICE raids in Hawaii County from 10 to 11:30 a.m. at the West Hawaii Civic Center Community Hall. Please register at the QR code there. This is also on our Facebook page. Next slide. Narcan distributions will occur this Saturday at KTA Waimea from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and Saturday, August 23rd at the Waikoloa Village KTA. If you miss these distributions, you can pick up Narcan every day during regular business hours at Tutu's house. Next slide. We will have a special town meeting on Tuesday, August 12th from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. at Kēhau Town Hall with special guest Senator Brian Schatz. Next slide. Join Kēhau Theater to launch their new season on Sunday, August 17th from 12 to 4 p.m. with a free community event. Details at kehelu.org. Next slide, please. The Waimea Resilience Hub is looking for your input and will soon be sending out a survey. Stay tuned for more details, and if you have questions, I'm going to guess you can ask Diane Chadwick sitting right there. Next slide. Teen Tech Tutoring resumes Sunday, September 7th at St. James Circle from 10:30 a.m. to noon. I did not miss all of those T's, but I'm glad that Teen Tech Tutoring is back. All right, next slide, please. Are you interested in ham radio? All those interested in learning more about ham radio are invited to sign up for the Ham Radio Technician class, September 6th and 7th in North Kohala. Class is 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. both days and free of charge. Next slide, please. Save the date for the annual Waimea Community Association First Responders Dinner on Friday, November 21st from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at Kēhau Town Hall. If you have any questions, ask Nancy sitting right there. All right, and that is the end of our community announcements, and we're moving into our nonprofit spotlight. So our nonprofit spotlight this month is the Waimea Middle School Mentoring Program. Tonight, we are joined by two former Waimea Middle School students and mentoring participants, Kathy Kunishige, and sorry, I have my names here, and Kiani Ho'opai, along with Principal Janice English, mentor coordinator Eileen Grossman, and longtime mentor Fred Peels, who I saw come in, but I believe is hiding. As a longtime mentor myself, I cannot speak highly enough about this program. So as always, we will pass the basket during the presentation for those inspired to make a donation, and I will hand the mic over to Principal English.
Mary Beth said it all, so I'm just going to make sure that we have our students present what they consider the most exciting part of mentoring and how it's influenced them from middle school to high school. And we're all a little nervous, so I'm just going to give them a little snap right now so we can get them forward here. Kathy, I'm going to put you on the top of the box first. Here you go.
Hi, my name is Kathy Kunishige, and for the 3 years I've been at Waimea Middle School, I participated in the mentoring program. My favorite part about it was probably that I got to go to the mentoring room every Thursday or so to hang out, talk with my mentor about anything. We could play games, we could do activities, we we could do so much stuff. I remember that there was a rocket launch one of these days too, where the Boys to Men also joined us to watch, which was amazing. And how this influenced me in high school was that I am now more of a social person than I was back then, because I started to get more and more out of my comfort zone, and eventually that's where I am now. So I just am really grateful for the mentoring program and everything it has done for me. And the connection those kids build with their mentor is something that you can't really find now between kids and adults. So it's just something really special.
Out of the mouths of babes. So here comes Kiani.
Hi everyone, my name is Kiani Ho'opai. As we all know, middle school can be challenging, very frustrating. Throughout my 7th and 8th grade year, I joined mentoring and wasn't really someone to put myself out there. I was very stick to myself, independent. But my mentor, Miss Amanda, she was the best. She helped me step out of my comfort zone, get a little bit more, self-confident. And she made me realize that I didn't have to rely on everybody. Like, she was always there. I could always depend on her to be there. If I needed someone to run to, if I had a bad day, she was always there. And the best part about it was I could just be myself. I didn't have to pretend to be anybody else or try to make a good version of myself to show an adult. And the good part about having her as my mentor was she never judged me. She was always there. When I had a bad day, she was right there for me to cry on. Yeah, she was really, really the best mentor I had. And obviously, I went for the food, the fun, Legos. But it showed me that it was more than that. I am now in high school. I'm a sophomore in Honokala High School. And I wasn't really good at getting out there, putting myself out there. So she made me feel better about myself. I stepped out of my comfort zone. And she just showed me that there was a lot more. And it was nice that I could have a trusted adult by my side. Yeah, that's it.
We're always recruiting for mentors, because if anything that Waimea Middle School has offered in our mentoring program is a trusted adult. And if anything anyone can attest to as an adult sitting in the room, if you have someone you can talk to, someone who's non-judgmental, who is a very good active listener, the children are testaments of the fact that they can come and speak in front of a room full of adults extemporaneously. They didn't have any cards. They did it because they believe in themselves and they've developed the confidence to do that. So we really appreciate the 5 minutes. And Eileen, did you want to say anything really fast? I think I got 30 more seconds.
If you're interested in mentoring, we have a sign-up sheet, brochures, a little flyer, or if you know people who you think might be interested. We also have some other mentors in the audience. We've got Aaron and Kelly, and of course Mary Beth too. So we'd love to be able to have a mentor for every student if they wanted one, and so we're always looking for new mentors. So
You may be seated.
You cannot mess up mentoring. They do not let you. Just throw that in there, because I've heard that people have that concern. If you are in this room, you will not be a bad mentor. If you're watching online, you will not be a bad mentor because you care enough to watch. So that was mentor. All right, next up are our county council members. I'll bring them both up to the stage. So we have County Councilwoman Heather Kimball from District 1, and we have County Councilman James Eustace from District 9 to share brief county council updates. All right, James.
I think I had some slides possibly. I wasn't sure if those got through. Okay, well, those are loading up. Aloha, good to see all of you. I first wanted to join in the chorus with Captain Valera. I think Captain Valera stepped out already, but I wanted to join the chorus in thanking our community members, thanking Parker School, Hawai'i Preparatory Academy, and all the community members that really jumped to, on board last week. Everything was a bit chaotic, of course, that last Tuesday night. Myself, I was in the Kona EOC at West Hawaii Civic Center, so I was able to kind of see behind the scenes, which was an interesting thing as a first-time legislator, kind of being in the room with 5 or 6 chiefs in the police department and fire department, but being part of that conversation and sharing out information. So really want to mahalo the community for stepping forward and being part of that effort. I really wanted to mahalo Captain Valera because he was out there with our police officers really supporting the community and making sure traffic was the best it could be in that kind of situation. I think they're still working on the slides there a little bit, but I just wanted to touch on, I know my time's limited here, and I wanted to share some time with Councilmember Kimball. It's been busy for us, nonstop with the council. We run all year round, so it's really, back and forth between Hilo and Kona and the community events and things. And I just wanted to touch on the legislative process a little bit, because we do have questions every now and then about what does it mean when a bill comes forward and it gets passed at committee? Is it done? No, not quite. So I wanted to share a little bit with you. Hopefully we can have some slides up there about that. But I'll just share with you, I'll kind of go off of my slides here a little bit. So the legislative process here at the county really starts at the drafting phase when you as community members and ourselves as legislators, we hear these ideas, we want to bring these ideas forward for the community, and we want to work on either a resolution, something that's non-binding, or a bill for ordinance. So we're changing our county code. All of this is really, this can be done also from the administrative side, but only council members can introduce pieces of legislation that come before council. So it really is on us as council members to bring that legislation forward or by request of an administrative department. All of our meetings are open and under sunshine law. These are open for debate and merits of discussion of all this piece of legislation. And regarding the type of legislation, these items are typically they're referred to a particular committee that is in that realm or that field that we referenced there. During that time, those committee meetings can go on numerous times. Bills can be postponed in those meetings and whatnot. After they've been referred to that, we have amendments, we hear from the community and testimony. And then from that point, if there's a favorable or unfavorable recommendation, it kind of carries on its course to go to council in our council meetings. And here, we also have multiple hearings for a lot of our pieces of legislation. On the resolution side, they typically only have one hearing at council level, and bills for ordinance have a requirement of 2 hearings at council. There are some exceptions, and particularly related to charter amendments or resolutions that are for any eminent domain of property. So those typically have more hearings at council. So in that case, a charter amendment would have three hearings at council, and I just wanted to share a piece of that because we are hearing a couple of initiatives for charter amendments at the moment, and I've only got 1 minute, so I just wanted to kind of move forward on that. Then it goes to the mayor. After we hear from the council, the mayor has it either for approval or a veto process, and then it's enacted after that. So a couple of recent legislation that has passed. First being, some of these have happened and gone through different draft phases. Bill 24 was on better regulation and procedures around telecommunication antennas and towers. I was also a co-sponsor on Bill 44, which reduced our property taxes for our Hawaiian homesteading community. We also had, and Councilmember Kimball will speak about the short-term vacation rentals. We had a registration bill come forward of 447. We also recently had a number of discussions on Bill 51 regarding a prohibition of feeding feral animals on our county properties. And then some of our active legislation that we're still seeing, and I won't go into too many details about this, but under Sunshine Law, we've had some discussions on some of these already, but they are active pieces around Bill 60 on meeting facilities, special events, a couple of charter amendments on the director minimum qualifications for the Department of Public Works, the Department of Environmental Management, as well as the idea of creation of a new Department of Building that I've co-sponsored with Councilmember Kirkowitz. We also had our first hearing on a Bill 71, which I brought forward with Cherry Naba on requiring naloxone in our bars and our places like that. One of the bill that was coming back to us, because this is always an active process, it goes to the mayor. He recently did veto a bill, and it will be coming back to council, and that's related to pedestrians conducting business in roadways. So we're going to be hearing that piece once again. And my time is up. It went very quickly, but I appreciate the opportunity to share just a little bit of insight into things that are happening at the council. So we're going to welcome up Councilmember Kimball to share a little bit more details on a very specific information that's come to council and possible work for us in the future. Thank you so much.
I think our timer's watch moves a little faster than real time. I'm suspicious, yes. Thank you, as always, to the Waimea Community Association for inviting us to come and speak to you, and thanks for hosting us here at the school. First of all, I just also want to send a mahalo out. As many of you probably know, there's a fire in Pauilo right now. Did stop by there on my way up tonight, and it's in pretty good shape. It's still not contained, but they have fire breaks in place. The helicopters are actively going back and forth, dropping water, and fire and the police and even Helco are on the scene. So it's not under containment yet, but I think we are in good shape. As Councilmember Hustis alluded to, I did want to revisit with you folks. I think maybe not the last time I was here for Waimea Community Association, but I think it was the event that you hosted, James. I did talk a little bit about our progress towards short-term vacation rental regulation. And I want to kind of just roll back, those of you who follow the progress of the projects I've been working on for the last few years. One of my top priorities is around housing. And to address the housing issue, I have always thought there were three prongs to that. One is build more housing, obviously. Two is make sure that people who have housing are able to stay in that housing. And three is to make sure that the housing that exists is used for residential purposes and it's not used as investments or, in some cases, short-term vacation rentals. Let me go into the nuances about that in a bit. So we were successful, of course, in passing Bill 123, which allowed for the development of accessory dwelling units on most lots that are not in state land use ag. There are some requirements if it's on state land use ag that the additional dwelling units be used for farm workers that work on the property as a farmer. But in the residential zones, this actually allows folks to, by right, do an additional 3 units if they can fit it on the property and if they can get wastewater. Wastewater continues to be a barrier in terms of full execution of 123, but the concept behind it is for us to promote development in the urban areas where we already have infrastructure and reduce the amount of sprawl. Sprawl is not good for anybody. It takes away important ag land. It extends the services that the county can provide. So we want to keep that development in the urban core while still providing more housing for our community. As to the second issue of making sure that people stay in housing that they already have, I'm very excited to announce that the county has officially relaunched the residential repair program. So this is a program that the county had for many years, and then it became unfunded, and it kind of just sat there and lingered. So for the last 3 years, I've been working on getting that program restarted again. The applications just went out. This is an opportunity for residents to get loans of up to $50,000 to be able to make repairs on their home, new roof, new water heater, whatever it is you need to make your house livable, to stay safe. And that does include wastewater conversions. We are looking at this fund as being the pathway to pull some of the money from the Department of Health that they have made available for cesspool conversions. We're just gonna plug it into this program and people will be able to apply for those funds there. So very excited. If you wanna learn more, you go to the Office of Housing website. The application is up there with all the rules and requirements. To the final leg of the stool is preventing housing from becoming used for other purposes, such as investment. And so one of those pieces was the reforms of the agricultural tax program. Our county, our state, because of the low property taxes, it's a very good place to park your money as an investor, particularly in land. You can buy the land, you can sit on it for 20 years. You will make much more doing that than you will putting that money in the bank. And so one of the things that is important about the ag tax reform program is fundamentally, I don't think the county should give tax breaks to people for farming unless they are actually farming. To me, that seems like common sense. And so that's what we did with the programs, is that you had to show that you were actually farming, and then you would get those benefits. Now, one of the things that we are aware of is we have an aging, 1 minute, really? Okay, God, I didn't even get to 47. Okay, we have an aging farming population. And so one of the things that we didn't want to have happen is people decide to get out of the program, the agricultural programs, because they're not able to farm anymore on their primary residence, and boom, they go to market rate. And so what James and I are working on is a program which we're calling the Senior Ag Abatement Program, which would actually basically freeze them at their current tax assessment value, and they would only go up 3% per year, as everybody else does in the homeowner's tax class. And that would keep our senior farmers from having to leave their properties, leave their homes, when they switch out of those ag programs. So I'm very excited, maybe September or October, it's with real property tax right now. I will just finally say that we did successfully pass our short-term vacation rental registration program. The bill is up for you to peruse at your leisure at hawaiicountytar.com. There are also some webinars there and a podcast that I created entirely with AI. It's pretty wild. It's kind of cool to listen to. It sounds like two people having a conversation. It's all fake. Scary, but also cool. The one thing that I wanted to say about that is that in addition to the bill, which will require all short-term vacation rentals in the county to register, we have the economic impact study available now for short-term vacation rentals. And so in the county, there's an estimate to be about 8,500 to up to 10,000 short-term vacation rentals. Through our existing program, we only have about 4,300 registered. So that's a lot that we don't account for right now. One of the most important lines in the study is if the county were to collect all of the required taxes, transient accommodations, and general excise tax from the short-term vacation rentals that we know are out there at the nightly rate that they're charging, at the occupancy rate that they're charging, the county would be getting $12 million per year more in TAT. I don't know about you, I know James can think of a bunch of projects that we could spend $12 million a year on. In addition, $1.6 million in general excise tax. And so I'm very excited about this registration program and our ability to crack down on folks that are operating illegally, but also for us to collect our fair share of TAT revenue so that we can provide services to the community. I know we're going over time, I'm so sorry. James was late. Thank you so much, everyone. And again, thanks for having us here this evening.
Mahalo, mahalo. Apologies, Councilmember Eustis. There were some issues with your file, so, okay. All right, and so I will not apologize for our timer who is timing appropriately. Thank you, David, we appreciate you as I get the wrap up. With school starting this week, and next for many of our local K through 12 students, we are delighted to welcome our representatives from our local Waimea schools to join us this evening. It's exciting and sometimes a nerve-wracking time of year for our keiki and their ohana. We're looking forward to hearing what's on the minds of our local educators as they move into the school year, and we'll take questions at the end for everyone. Up first, and welcoming back to the podium, we have Keo Mailani Case from Kanu o Ka Aina. Come on up. She has a slideshow, Chris. PDF. Why don't you come on over? I'll make everyone come over.
We'll just wait for the slideshow. While they get that set up, aloha mai kako. My name is Ke born and raised in Waimea. I am the elementary po'okumu, or principal of Kanu Ka Aina. So there's actually 3 principals. One is Kanoa Castro. He's our on-campus po'okumu for our upper school. And then we have Nicole Ryan, who's our po'okumu for our virtual and blended program. Kanu Ka Aina is located right here in Pu'ukapu, Waimea. Kanu Ka Aina means natives of the land from generations back. I'm actually a proud graduate of Kanu Ka Aina. Went to school, became a teacher of Kanu Ka Aina, and now I'm principal. So mahalo. This is our student population right here. You can go to the next slide. So some of the po'e in Kanu Ka Aina is, we have our 2 programs, so Ka'oha, virtual and blended, and we have our campus program, Kauhale. We have 701 students, so about 284 are on campus, and the rest are across the state of Hawaii in our virtual and blended program. We actually had a virtual and blended program before COVID hit, so, and we employ about 100 employees. Next slide. Our theme, we pick a school-wide theme every single school year. So last year was Nana Aina, like intense observation of Aina. This year we moved to Ike Aina. So taking that observations and skills and embedding it within who we are, building our identity of place, and taking it further. So every year we pick a school-wide theme, and our curriculum is driven by our school-wide theme. Next slide. This is our founder, Dr. Ku Kahakalau. We were founded in 2000. Our mission at Kanu Ka Aina is to kulia I kanu'u, always striving for the next level of knowledge. Our vision is always embedded in producing those productive citizens for our Waimea community. Our values of our school is aloha kekahi, malama I ko kuleana, kokua aku kokua mai, and mahalo I ka mea loa'a. Next slide. Again, we have 2 programs. So we are a K-12 program. We have, like I said, 701 students. We are fostering bilingualism in Hawaiian and English. We perpetuate the native language, culture, and traditions of Hawaii. We're indigenous model of education, and we foster Hawaiian values and kuleana to community. Next slide. Some of our school-wide initiatives this year is increase our BIF sports participation. So we actually have high school sports at our small school, and our objective is to increase that population, increase service learning partnerships and engagement within the community. So if any of you have opportunities for our students to engage in service learning, please reach out to our Kula. We want to implement year 2 of our strategic plan, design an indigenous assessment measurement tool based on academic and cultural competencies, present our year of learning through our annual Authentic Ho'ike. Hopefully some of you have attended that before. It's our annual hula drama at Kahilu Theater. We want to build and strengthen identity of place, kuleana of contributing citizens, utilize school-wide theme to drive curriculum, continuously analyze data for school improvement measures, and nurture Aina connections through investigative explorations. Next slide. We are a project-based school, so we have numerous projects throughout the year, even from our youngest elementary students. We have our school-wide theme, and then each of them have a classroom theme, which is project-based. Also have numerous service learning components, but everything goes back to building identity of place and the student and contributing to our community. Next slide. Some of our school-wide events, maybe you've attended them, but we wanted to announce this year we'll have our ongoing Leipiko, our Kanikeo, which is usually a musical performance of our school, La Ku'oko'a with a miniature concert on our campus. We have our Kanu Makahiki event, our winter solstice celebration, our Festival of Lights in December, which is a school-wide fundraiser. Our Kuikava'a Festival, we're heading into our 3rd year of Kuikava'a. Kuikalono Indigenous Conference, La Kuhio, our hula drama, and our Ahapuka Kula. Next slide. I wanted to put a QR code that you can scan. So this takes you to our website, and we produce a monthly miniature magazine. It's a newsletter that shows you bits and pieces of news of what we do at Kanu, Ka Aina. So it goes right to the website, but you'll see project-based learning, you'll see a po'okumu message, you'll see everything that Kanu entails embedded within our QR code. So feel free to check that out. We produce it monthly. You'll see us in action. Next slide. And please feel free to join us on our social media accounts. We have Instagram, Facebook. We have a YouTube channel as well, and that's our website. So mahalo nui for letting me share. Mahalo.
Mahalo. Oh, sorry. Oh, here, Mike.
I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm going to make an exit. It's my parents' 49th wedding anniversary, so I have someplace to be, but mahalo.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Tell them we all said congratulations. Next up is Tammy Picklesheimer from Waimea Elementary School.
I feel like I need to break out in song and dance when I'm on a stage, but I'll spare both for you guys. Aloha, and thank you very much for coming. I'm Tammy Picklesheimer, also known as Miss Pickles. Friends call me Pickles. You can call me Tammy, or Miss Pickles, or Miss P. But I am entering my 5th year as the Waimea Elementary principal, very proud, and our staff is working so hard to ensure that we welcome every student on campus and they feel loved and supported in their learning journey. So at Waimea School, we believe that every single child is capable of learning at high levels. And what is so beautiful about public education is we have the glorious opportunity to welcome all. And we really take that seriously. And so when every time a child walks onto our campus, we want them to know that we believe in them, no matter where they are, no matter what they are, where they're coming to us academically, we're gonna get them there. And our teachers work hard to find that niche or what is gonna make it work for that child. And it is our collective responsibility and vision that all students learn at high levels. We spend a lot of time working and coming together as a faculty and staff. And that's what I believe, that when teacher collective efficacy, that when we believe we come together and work as one, our babies will grow and they'll feel it. So we really embrace a teaming spirit. This year, our school-wide theme is Mastery Island, Learning is a Journey. So what that means to us is that, you know what, we're all on this journey together. And it doesn't matter where you are in the class, that it is our collective commitment to bring everyone along to Mastery Island. Mastery Island means to us grade level or better. So if you come in just a little bit low, we're all working together to get you to that Mastery Island. It's very important to us. And just like navigating an adventure island, learning requires curiosity, persistent, and courage. And we really work hard to build those characteristics and those traits in our students. We want them to know grit is important. Even though it gets hard, the Bronco way, we never give up. We're not afraid of hard because we're Broncos. Curiosity, asking those questions, not just stopping and saying, nope, not today, but it's like, why do you think that? That's such a great idea. So building that curiosity and courage, and that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay. Say, I'm sorry. Have the courage to recognize the mistake, or maybe you didn't quite get it right, and we keep going. Those are very important traits that we want to help our students leave us with. And I'm very excited, not only are we the academic side of the brain, but the social emotional is so important. And that's the part where we're talking about grit, resiliency, courage, honesty, and most importantly, kindness. So we just had our kindness kickoff, and what we say at Waimea Elementary is kindness is free. So spread it. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and everyone deserves it. So we're really working hard on building those such important qualities in all of our babies. We also know that just the learning is intention and the daily routines and the relationships. I am proud of our staff. I feel we have the most loving and amazing staff. And it can go from our custodians to our cafeteria workers, to our teachers, to our educational assistants, to our parents. I'm very blessed to have the most amazing staff at Waimea Elementary. And I do not want to leave out Miss Cherie Carvalho, our fabulous vice principal, who was with us for our second year, who is on this learning journey with us, and I'm so thankful. I also see Miss Niao in the audience, who is our pre-K teacher, and she's been on this journey with us for almost 30 years. So we are committed, we are ready to take on that challenge, and we love and want to do everything in our power to help build both academic success and the characters inside who we are. I will say we're very excited about the increase in our enrollment. We are pre-K through 5. We have 4 preschool classrooms, and each grade level, kindergarten, we have 4, first grade, we have 4 classrooms, second grade, 4, third grade, fourth grade, and fifth grade, 4 classrooms. We're at about 489 right now. Our school is normally around 500, so we are seeing our babies come back, and that's very exciting to us because we believe that we are the school of choice. We can offer what you need at Waimea Elementary School. So together, I want to appreciate you. I want to say mahalo for all your love and support. Our parents, our community are absolutely amazing, and we feel it, and we believe that when we all come together as one on this learning journey, that we are going to do great things together. Thank you very much.
All right. Up next, we have Kala o Ka Haku, Akima Akau from ʻAlo, Kēhau o Ka Aina, Mauna.
Aloha pumehana kako apau. Aloha. In 1993, a group of women got together because we felt at that time that we needed the ʻōlelo Hawaii, the ʻōlelo Makuahine, the ʻōlelo Kanaka, the ʻōlelo Paniolo, no Waimea Eola. We needed this nest, the punana, where we as the adults would hanai our keiki, like the bird feeds its baby, the ʻōlelo. And we would uphold the ʻōlelo Kanaka, the ʻōlelo Hawaii that is spoken here in Waimea. The ʻōlelo Paniolo, the ʻōlelo Hawaii that are Paniolo of Parker Ranch, or of our ranchers. That in this nest, we were able to have Papa Sunny, Auntie Eva Ke'alamakia, Papa Purdy, Auntie Margie Spencer, a number of them that no longer is here with us. 30 years ago, the dream that this group of women had opened a preschool, Punana Leo o Waimea, Punana, the nest that we would nurture, and Ola, live on the ʻōlelo Hawaii, the ʻōlelo Kanaka, the ʻōlelo Paniolo of Kohala. The first 5 years, in 1995, we opened the doors. After 3 years, our kamali'i needed a place to go to because they couldn't stay in preschool. We went to Waimea School as a Kula Kaya Puni. That was an immersion. Kula Kaya Puni is an immersion, a school within a school. And because of the numbers that we had, the numbers wasn't big, the numbers were small, because at that time people were wondering, why are you teaching your child the Olelo Hawaii? Where are they going to go with that? Because of funding, the program closed down, and we had a number again of parents who stood on the side of the highway fighting for a kaya puni, or for our language to go on beyond the preschool level. While these parents went to Ke Kula o Nāwahīokalaniʻōpuʻu, to Pila Wilson, to Kawanoi Kamana, and to others of that board of Ke Kula o Nāwahīokalaniʻōpuʻu. And they agreed that Waimea would be the satellite to Ke Kula o Nāwahīokalaniʻōpuʻu. I want to say that ʻAlo Kēhau, and the name of our school is ʻAlo Kēhau o Ka Aina Mauna, given to us by Lale Larry Kimura, Waimea's own. ʻAlo Kēhau o Ka Aina Mauna talks about all of our mauna, our pu'u, our pali. 14 years ago, our ʻAlo Kēhau o Ka Aina Mauna opened. 3 years ago, my youngest son graduated. In 1995 and 93, when people were asking, where is your child? What is the Hawaiian going to do for your child? I can tell you that my son right now, his dream is to drive the Tiger 7 or a big ship into the Kaihaʻi Harbor, the ocean of his kupuna. We have one that is going to school to be a designer. We have many from Ke Kula o Nāwahīokalaniʻōpuʻu who return to be teachers, who return with a degree, either their bachelor's or their doctorate. In Waimea, this is our biggest year. Keomalani talked about 700. Waimea Elementary talked about 500. We have 45. We have 45. Once they become ninth graders, you can hear me, right? At the ninth grade, they come under Honoka'a School. So we are the satellite of Ke Kula o Nāwahīokalaniʻōpuʻu, our mother school, who is in Kēhau. There's another satellite school, Maili Kukahi, down in Maili on Oahu. Our elementary is under Ke Kula o Nāwahī, and then our middle school is under the lab school, or is still under Ke Kula o Nāwahī, but our high schoolers come under Honoka'a. They come under Honoka'a school. The language is not only, the language in our school, we are a kaya olelo. A kaya olelo means that the janitor, the person who works in the office, all staff olelo Hawaii valeno. So the medium of education is Hawaiian. Wait, now that 1 minute just throw me off. This year we have a ninth grader, like I said, comes under Honoka'a School. At first, what we did was our first 3 leading students, they went out to Kēhau. They stayed out, parents bought homes out there, they stayed with family, they went to Ke Kula o Nāwahī in Kēhau. Until we could work, we tried to work with Kanu o Ka Aina. Half of the campus maybe be Pelekania English, the other half be Hawaiian, but instead Honoka'a School agreed to take us under their wing. So our high school is under Honoka'a High School. Our students, like my son, we have aha puka kula, which is a ceremony to graduate from our school, and then they also go to Honaka'a to walk in their ceremony. What guides our school is the Ike Ku'una, which is the depth and the knowledge of our kupuna. Lavena, how we present ourselves in any way, in any manner, and in any situation. Pilina, our relationship is very, very important with each other, with our community, with those who have gone before us, those who are here today, and those who come after us. Those 4 things guide our school and our curriculum. Mekela, mahalo nui loa ya oko pakahi apau. Mahalo.
Up next is Laurel Matsuda, Waimea Country School.
Mahalo, aloha. I'm Laurel Matsuda. I am the head of Waimea Country School. I'm entering my 20th year at Waimea Country School, my 3rd year as head, but I started teaching there when my now 24-year-old started kindergarten. I was a brand new baby teacher, and we all kind of grew up there together, and the school has been a really important part of my ohana since then, and I'm really thankful to be part of that. I love Waimea. I love our community. I love that we have this incredible richness of education in our community. I became an educator in part because I believe very deeply in learning. I'm curious. I'm always trying to learn new things myself, and I share that with students, with parents, with ohana, and I love that to be I'm happy and proud to be in such good company here with all these other great educators and part of this community. We have a opportunity to make connections among our learning ohana too, which is also really wonderful. I'm thankful to Parker School for inviting us here tonight, but also for the past couple of years, the Parker School Hawaiian Studies students have been leading Makahiki Games for Waimea Country School students in February. And it's been a really wonderful opportunity, I hope for your students as well, but we have really valued that a lot. And I think that's just a tiny example of ways that we can cooperate and work together. I think that's really awesome. Tammy, I love your idea of a learning journey because I feel like we're all on this great journey. So Waimea Country School, I had a picture. I didn't bring slides, I just had a picture, but if we don't get it, it's okay. We are on St. James Circle, right across Kauai High Road, and we're a small school. We currently have 42 students. We are hoping to get to 48. Our mission is to educate children to become confident, responsible, and compassionate people. We really believe that the foundation of education is to help students learn to be good people, and we want to guide them in that. We are K-5. We have 3 multi-age classes, a kindergarten first grade class, a 2nd and 3rd grade class, and a 4th and 5th grade class. And we are multi-age by design because we believe that that extended time in a classroom with the same teachers really helps kids to develop those strong relationships and trust and connection that is so foundational to learning. And it gives them a chance to both be new and be not new and have the chance to learn and grow from and with each other. And that connection is so important to learning, whether it's academic learning or social emotional learning, which we all know is also so very, very important. Today was our first day of school. So I'm feeling a little like I've been talking all day long. I'm still happy to be here, but it was a really great day at school. It was really wonderful to see all the kids come back, big smiles on their faces. I went out to recess and just talked to kids all day long, and it was really great. I did mention we're at 42 and we'd like to be at 48. That means we do have some limited space available. So if you know anybody who doesn't yet have the right fit for their family, we'd love to talk to you. This year we're really focusing on building our school culture and school community with our students. I talked about relationships, and I really feel like that is just so important, and so we're really focusing on strengthening that. Very thankful to have a great team of teachers. All of our core teachers are returning, and many of them have been there for a number of years, and I am absolutely so thankful to have such a great team. Really important because strong teachers leads to strong learning. We got a strong, solid program. Our graduates are consistently well prepared to move on to middle school. Happy and proud of all of last year's graduates, all of whom are here at Parker starting next week, so that's exciting for them. We are still looking for a part-time PE teacher. If anybody knows of someone, send them to talk to me. And we are looking forward to a really great school year ahead. Mahalo.
Mahalo, Laurel. Up next is Janice English, again, Waimea Middle School. She also has a photo up there, Chris.
No worries. Hi, I'm Janice English. I am the principal of Waimea Middle Public Conversion Charter School. We, like Waimea Elementary, are your neighborhood school, and we're the public school in the neighborhood, and we share 17 miles across the span with buses going from Kaiha'i to Lakeland. But I need to tell you something great happened for our school, and we're offering free busing for our students. All of our Waimea Middle School students can get on a bus for free. So all the family has to do is fill out an application, and they will get a bus pass. So we are grateful for community support. In addition to busing, which is great for our community because I hope it reduces the traffic in town, we have core instruction, English, math, social studies, and science. But we got to add a field studies course this year. So Jade Bowman is going to be our field studies teacher, and it's through a Department of Interior grant that Ka is the fiscal sponsor. Kanu, Ka Aina, Learning Ohana. You got to give me points for getting that acronym. So it's an opportunity for Jade and the students to explore the ʻAina, and the sixth graders are going on their first overnight field trip to the volcano week after next, the 20th. So providing opportunities to ground us in our sense of place, not just Waimea, but all around the island. So we're grateful for the opportunity to partner with Ka on this grant. In the audience, we have a Utah State professor, David Feldon, and we have a National Science Foundation grant that's going to support our sense of place and sense of belonging, which is our theme. And so there is a picture of all the things our students will experience: the ocean, the beach, the Mauna, the volcano. And we just have a great opportunity to partner with professional learning for teachers to expand their base so they can help students identify who they are on the island of Hawaii, in the land of Waimea, among their community and ohana. So we are grateful to figure out a way to partner with National Science Foundation, the Department of Interior, and the community so that we can provide infinite possibilities for Waimea Middle School students and anyone who would like to join us. So David Feldon is here, and he's going to support our community by having focus groups. We will be up for accreditation in the next 4 to 6 months, and so focus groups will be really important to partner you in and talk about what is successful for students across public and private schools, because success means different things for different people. I appreciate your time this evening. Mahalo.
Great. Next up, from Hawai'i Preparatory Academy, we have Dora Kwong and Michael Servnak.
Aloha. Well, we're so excited to be here today. My name is Dora Kwong. I'm the lower school principal at Hawai'i Preparatory Academy. Longtime listener, first time caller.
And I'm Mike Chervenak. I'm the middle school principal. I'm going into my second year as the middle school principal at HPA. But I do share a really rich history here on the Big Island. I started my teaching career at Honoka'a and Kohala and Kealakahe, so I love the Big Island and love being here at HPA. We're here to share with you today our mission. It's on our next slide over here. And HPA's mission is to provide exceptional learning experiences or opportunities in a diverse community honoring the traditions of Hawaii.
One more slide over, please. There we go. So we have our Vision 2049. We're super proud of this vision. It's to be the premier educational community committed to living and learning sustainably. It's just such a tremendous gift to be on this island and in this community, and the thing that we are really focused on is making sure that it is a sustainable place for future generations and beyond. Next slide, please.
It's really inspiring hearing all of the educational leaders in this community, and what I find really inspiring is how values-driven you all are. And we also at HPA have developed values that you will see in every classroom with every educator driving about every lesson, are values of integrity, respect, pursuit of excellence, a personal passion of mine, and wonder.
Next slide, thank you. So at a glance, we're about 600 students. We are 3 divisions, a lower school, middle school, and an upper school. In our lower and middle, we've got about 200 students, and they are all day students right down the road. And in our upper school, we've got about 400 students, with 60% of those US students and 40% international students. We've got 40% of the total population as boarders. We represent 3 Hawaiian islands, 17 states, and 24 nations. And one of our goals is to make our educational opportunities, our learning opportunities, increasingly accessible to everybody in our community, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment.
Here's where you can take notes. All of the logistics, our opening hours, pickups, and drop-offs. Our first day of school at the upper school is going to be this Tuesday, August 12th, at the Village campus just down the street here. It'll be August 13th with intake conferences taking place on the 11th and 12th. Village campus drop-off will be from 7:40 to 8 a.m. Monday through Friday. Pickup will be from 3 to 3:15 p.m. Monday through Thursday, with early pickup 2 to 2:30 on Wednesdays. You'll see Dora and I there.
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day. Well, we're all looking at those traffic patterns.
Upper campus drop-off is 7:45 to 8:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, and the upper campus pickup is 5 to 5:45 p.m. after co-curriculars and athletics.
Next slide, please. Between our 3 divisions, our 2 campuses, we've got about 83 faculty members. And so some of the things that HPA is really known for is our signature sea turtle research program, our sustainability initiatives, of course, and we have lots of independent science research projects. We really are pushing forward with our PBL work, with our project-based learning. We're really excited to partner with a lot of schools on our island this summer, hosted by Parker. We did some, along with our teachers, so teachers and administrators participated in a 3-day intensive project-based learning workshop, a camp of sorts, and so that was a really exciting opportunity to kind of learn from other schools that we get to partner with and collaborate with in our Waimea Education Hub, but just to get to work alongside the teachers in person was really a tremendous experience. And so we got to have some folks come over to our campus, and being at Parker was just so amazing because we got to really learn about what PBL looks like here too.
We're really honored to drive that project-based learning work through our Malama Kai'ulu sustainability framework. The 4 petals of Kuleana, Hāina, Lokahi, Pilina. Dora talked about this workshop that we all attended. We had to collaborate with educators from Kealakahe, some of my old colleagues. It was really fantastic. And also to just see what is possible, like how you can pursue excellence by getting students involved in service learning. You may see us out on the trail Thursday afternoons, 1 to 3 p.m. We're often out there working with Uncle Clem and working on the Waimea Trail, which is just a great, great honor.
Awesome. I will also add too that Malama Kai'ulu is just such a great and important sustainability framework for us as a school. We really root ourselves in the framework as we look at how we Malama Aina and each other and our own spirits. It is a way that we lesson plan and build our units of study, but also a way to talk with our students about how we show up in our community each day, whether it's on our campus or in Waimea or just anywhere on our island. Being able to put the care for all of our community members at the forefront is an important part of what it means to be a learner at HPA.
Access HPA, I believe it's on our next slide here.
Oh, I'll just real quick add,
yeah,
I'll just real
do
quick
it.
add about our community partners. We're so excited about our community partners. We've got 2 learning gardens in HPA. So there's one at the Village campus and there's one at the Upper campus. And it's a classroom. It's an outdoor classroom. And so our priority is getting every student to have the opportunity to really be in the dirt and to make a connection with the Aina, because that is the only way that you really develop this relationship with our earth, so that you will be empowered to take care of it. So our garden program is a big part of our learning K-12, but definitely especially in the K-8 campus. And we've got 7 community partners that all of our produce goes to them. And so you know, whether it's community meal or food pantry, we really make an effort to be able to collaborate with them and to give them the work that has come from the students from our gardens.
And I also enjoyed a butternut squash from the garden the other evening. It was delicious. Sorry, apologize. Access HPA is our financial aid, and approximately 43% of HPA students receive some form of financial aid based on need. And on average, we're able to meet 49% of the demonstrated need of HPA families. And this amounts to about $5 million in financial aid, not including the tuition remission for our faculty. So our approach really looks for a healthy balance in and out of the classroom. I really believe in what we do with our kids, my own kid included. And you'll see us both in and out of the classroom throughout.
So in thinking about how we give more access to the keiki of our community, and in thinking about the ways that we really give these learning opportunities, we're really excited. We just recently announced that HPA is expanding our lower school programming to include early childhood opportunities in the form of a pre-K. And so that is going to be for the fall of 2026, and the application will open for September 2025. We've been so lucky and fortunate and grateful to be able to work alongside of so many schools within our own community that have been leaders in this work, to be able to learn with them and collaborate with them, and to be invited into their spaces to learn with them, you know, especially schools, Kanu, Ka Aina, and their Malama Poki'i program. Just really getting to, you know, be welcomed into their doors and to learn from them. They've been such an inspiration, alongside with all of our other pre-Ks in our community. So we're excited for that to start. And then alongside that, we have also just this year started a program that we're just super grateful to be a recipient of a grant, a multi-year grant. And that's, next slide please, from the Children's Education Initiative, and they're a San Diego-based nonprofit. We've been working really closely with them, again, to expand these learning opportunities to more keiki in our community and more families in our community. So this is a grant that will fully fund 2 incoming kindergarten students. That is beginning this school year, so we've already accepted those students. They're already going to start with us this school year, and that support will continue through 8th grade. Next slide, please. And what that support looks like is that they're full scholarships, so it includes tuition, fees, lunch, but also after-school care and any wraparound services. So if maybe there is tutoring that a child and their family would like to participate in, or counseling services or therapeutic services, that would be all included in the grant. And so HPA's commitment to those families then extends, once the grant finishes in grade 8, we will continue those opportunities 9th grade through 12th grade. And so that will continue year after year. So if you could help us spread the word on that, we'd love to have more families and more keiki get into our small community in that way.
And I know our time is up. We have one more slide here. We are so excited. We've always been a phone-free campus at the Village campus especially, but this year we're taking that extra value stance and becoming a truly phone-free campus. We're partnering with the Yonder Pouch program. I don't know if my son will be quite as happy about it as he is in that photo, but we've really very proud to take this next step, because all of the evidence is showing us, we all know, that providing a phone-free environment for kiddos during the school day is one of the most powerful things you can do. If you have any issues at all with anything we shared, please don't hesitate to contact our head of school, Fred Warner. He's HOS@hpa.edu. No, but seriously.
Seriously, you can actually reach out to us anytime. Here are our email addresses, and definitely make sure to take special note of our middle school principal, and there's an S in his last name.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Thanks for sharing the stage with
Thanks
us.
so much.
And lastly, we have Stephen Dunn from Parker School.
Hi. Am I able to share my screen on Zoom? Okay, thanks. Give that a try. Sharing? Okay. What about, and here, we can see it in this room or no? There we go. Oh, look at me. You don't want to see me. So I pull that off of there. Okay. Aloha, everyone. It is great to have you in at Parker School and in our theater. Laurel kind of stole some of the things I was going to say, and I am so grateful for the partnerships that we have in this school community amongst educators and the work that we do for this community. Laurel talked about her students that are coming over to Parker School. We have invited Waimea Country School over multiple times for art performances and to be in our space. Last Tuesday night at, I think, 10 p.m., I pulled into the HPA parking lot to settle some tourists who didn't have a place to sleep and were dislocated. And Michael and Dora were in the parking lot checking people in. We found ourselves, because of our proximity to the park across the street, parents that didn't have a place were looking for a park. And when things got a little bit colder, then they came across the street and moved inside. And then when they wanted a place to sleep, I picked up the phone and called Fred and said, "Hey, you got beds? Or you have beds?" And they quickly kind of scrambled to find some place for everybody to sleep. So we're working with Waimea Middle School on some food. And so it is great and a privilege to live in a community with such rich educational resources. So okay, let's see. Okay, Parker School. For this year, just wanted to share a little bit. Our mission, every student is known, valued, and nurtured. We have a small school setting. We believe we have a dynamic program that fosters confident, compassionate individuals. This year is our 49th year. You don't need to be an educator to realize that means next year is our 50th. And we are excited to celebrate kind of a rich history in Waimea and to celebrate the contributions of the school to the community and our alumni to the community. So you can save the date for next year, Labor Day weekend. We'll have a celebration of those 50 years of Parker in Waimea. This year, our enrollment, K-12, is 343 students. This is the second year we are at a record of enrollment. And last spring, we announced that we will start an early childhood education program as well in that infant care and preschool ages. So our board did the research and know, along with HPA, and our other providers, there's a tremendous need in the community for care for our keiki. So we're eager to open that program for next fall as well. Last year, we had a graduating class of 32 students. This year's class is a little bit bigger. I point out this class for a number of reasons. One, at the beginning of the year, this class suffered an unbelievable tragedy in losing one of their seniors, which was devastating to them, and in many ways for us as a school, inspiring for the way that the community took care of them and took care of us and reached out to make sure that we had anything that we need the middle school made a beautiful, lower school made a beautiful kind of piece that stayed at the memorial for Jessica for the entire year. So 32 students in our graduating class last year. 80% of those students from that graduating class are attending their first choice college or university. So they have some amazing opportunities to move on from Parker. Here's a quick list of some of those schools, and you'll see Cornell and Middlebury and Stanford and Berkeley. The opportunities that our students have are really, really wonderful. We cherish and nurture the community that we have here, which creates the opportunities for our students to learn and to excel and to move on to some great opportunities. We know that this list is deeply influenced by families' ability to pay, and that the financial support that they receive to attend college or university often changes where they can go. And we're happy to report that our seniors, those 32 students, received $2.5 million in financial aid to attend college. It's about $78,000 per student to attend college. So our college counselor works very closely with them and very closely with the family to understand how to apply. Speaking of a dynamic system, this seems to change every year for how to apply to college and apply for financial aid and financial support. We're happy to see our athletics program begin to grow. Our fall, we have teams, much like Kanu, Ka Aina, that's thinking about how the sports grow. We have teams in all 3 seasons. In our upcoming fall season, our girls volleyball and cross country had very successful seasons last year, qualifying for the state tournament. Great recognition for our coach Sharon Peterson as the coach of the year, and we're looking forward to continuing that strength this year with lots of participation in athletics. So you may have heard that we talked a couple of years ago about Something Smart being on Something Smart is on the horizon. Well, Something Smart is happening, and that's our Smart Center, which has been under construction for just about 2 years, in the planning for a couple more than that. I think we're probably at 15 years in terms of the planning process and the construction and fundraising process for that. But it is taking shape. If you haven't been down Kapiolani, we are excited to open this 20,000 square foot facility in the coming days with the gym, the first time in those 49 years that, well, 2 things. We will host a home game on our campus. And yes, exactly. And that for a very long time since the school was, I think you can never say never, but for a very long time that the entire school population can be together under one roof. When the classes are small and they can meet in this hall, then they could all be there together. You can see the bleachers going in, and it's quickly moving along. We've had about 60 volunteers over the last weekend putting together furniture and putting together equipment, and so here's the weight room or the fitness room that is nearing completion in that space. A beautiful courtyard for our students to. I'm sure that most of our students stay over on this campus. We're gonna lose them over to the Smart Center every day as they find a place to be. The building also includes a kitchen, which we're in the process of converting into a commercial kitchen so that we can provide catering and food service. A 4-room technology center, 2 classrooms, a lab, and a workshop. And we're excited to complement to the 96 classes that we offer our different classes that we offer to our middle and upper school students, an array of technology classes in this space. The blessing will be next week, Tuesday, August 12th. Please join us if you would like to. It's at 12:30 in the afternoon. We also, not just focusing on our upper school and middle school students, but through the generosity of a family foundation, we receive funds to completely remodel our playground. So this is our playground. It's been a remarkable process to go through with our lower school faculty. Their mindset at the very beginning was we're going to replace the play structure that is there, and we said, think more, think more. And as they examine the program that they have of nature-based learning, of a garden program, they ask, can we include all of those into our playground? So it is now planted with sensory gardens and play spaces for all of the grades K through 12. I think this play structure on the far end is going to be a magnet and a destination for all kids. So our strategic plan focus is on our purpose, our people, our place, and our program. And with that in mind, we're excited to announce a new partnership with a community member. Some of you may know Callie O'Neill, the artist in town. So Callie now has the title of Artist in Residence at Parker School. Callie is working on a major installation at the airport, which you may be familiar with, the ʻAina mural, which as you go through security, it's a 8-panel, 300-foot-long mural, which is made out of stained glass. Here are our students for scale for the mural. It gives you a sense of that. This is Chad, and yeah, Chad there. It is all, the work that she does is incredibly detailed, and it creates an opportunity for our students. We won't hold classes. She's moved into our warehouse and an office space in the warehouse. We won't hold classes there, but she'll be a resource for all of our teachers to think about how it might they, one, create some opportunities for our advanced art students, and then some of our teachers are like, oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna do with my students in this space. So it's an exciting year at Parker School, and I look forward to answering any questions you have at the end. Thank you.
Mahalo, everybody. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Nancy will come around with the mic. She's going to hold on to that mic. So does anyone have any questions? You can address it to one of our presenters or all of them. All right, we got a question over here. Figure out you guys know how to share? No, you guys just...
okay.
You share the mic.
Sure. That's okay, you can stand if you'd like. Sarah Potsky, community resident. I have a question for HPA and Parker. I know you guys have open houses in which you have children come through and meet people. When do those normally occur?
I'll start. Says Waimea Country School also has an open house, and our first one is November 2nd, if I'm getting that right. If it's a Saturday, I've got that right.
And at the village campus, so I could speak to lower school and middle school. The lower school admissions open house is on November 5th, and then the middle school admissions open house is November 12th. Upper school is the following week, November 19th. So boom, boom, boom.
We have a lower school K through 12 open house on October 18th, and then middle and upper school on November 5th, shared the same day with HPA. You can find those on our website under the admissions section of the website.
Any other questions?
There are also spring open houses if you missed those.
So, Principal English, what's the commitment to volunteer as a mentor?
Once every 2 weeks. Oh, thanks. The minimum is once a month, and it's about 40 minutes or so that you're spending with the students, so it could be like a lunchtime break. And we have an orientation, we train you, and you do have to get fingerprinted and TB clearance, but we prefer for the whole school year if you can commit.
It's rewarding from both the mentor side and the mentee side. It's a really great program, and if you can participate, you'll benefit. I can guarantee that.
Heather has a question.
sorry. You're smart, politicians, we can just do that. Okay. Actually, this is a statement that I'm going to put in the form of a question. I wanted to just let you folks all know that we've piloted a 6-course, hour-long for each course curriculum for probably middle school, 8th to 9th, 10th grade students around civic engagement. 2 of those sessions do include coming to a county council meeting. But if you are at all interested in experiencing that, would you be interested in experiencing a civic engagement for youth program with the county council? I would be happy to provide info.
Thank you.
Are any of the schools ever planning to have adult education classes?
It's not on my radar until this moment.
We've spent some time talking about parent education, but not necessarily adult education classes, and how we give our teachers the opportunity to expose the skills and talents that they have to parents. But adult education, that's an interesting next step.
And this past year, there's been a really exciting partnership we've had, especially with Parker School, around artificial intelligence and how we're using it both with our students. And part of that included an adult education seminar that took place at the upper campus. I think it was last spring or early spring, and that was up at the E-Lab at the upper campus. So it was super exciting.
And I'll also add 2 different things. One is we do offer a lot of parent education courses similar to what Stephen mentioned, but and I should say that has most recently focused on responsible tech usage and how to support your keiki to be responsible tech users. And then we also each year for the past few years have really invested in our Vapilina program. Vapilina is something that we started in the lower school that has expanded into our other divisions. Vapilina is a time to connect across grade levels and across subject areas so that our students can have opportunity to spend time with children and that they wouldn't typically see all the time. Now the reason why I mentioned that is that that program has expanded into our adult community, into our parent community, our family community, in the form of having educators from our school and educators within our community to learn about our place. So there's a calendar of events that we post that involves going to Parker Ranch, or just learning about the ʻAina in different places on our island, learning about the history of our place, and that's a program that we're growing out.
I want to thank you for that question because it really made me think too. I heard Janice say, well, it's on my radar now. And like I said, I believe we should all be learners. And so I love that. We also do a lot of parent education, but haven't yet really done adult education. I will say we do something kind of unique with our fundraiser, which we hold every February. We hold a big party, but we also hold master classes as part of that, where we invite community members who have a particular skill to share that as part of our fundraiser. So it's it is our important fundraiser for the school, but it also focuses on what we really believe in, which is learning, and we want people to come to it and have fun and learn as well.
I would actually be interested in learning more about what you're interested in. Certainly there are things that we do for our community, but it might not be what you're looking for in terms of the education or what would be desirable. So I'd love to follow up and find out what you're interested in.
All right, I feel like that's a really great question to end this evening on. So thank you for that. And it sounds like you've got a great segue here to talk to Stephen. So mahalo to all of our speakers. We appreciate all of your support and taking your time this evening to come and talk to us. Thank you all for being here. Please, everybody, drive safely home. We have our special meeting on Tuesday with the senator, and our next regularly scheduled meeting is Thursday, September 4th, from 5:30 to 7 p.m. when we'll be talking about cybersecurity. So that's a really hot topic right now, and we'll announce the location for that one. So mahalo, everybody, for joining us this evening.